How does one even show this right now? Besties, it's Kira. Welcome to my channel. So today's video we are going to be doing, I was about to say a highly requested video, no one's ever requested this, but today we're going to be doing a bookshelf tour. So like in depth, every single shelf, whole entire thing. I've actually never done this on my channel, and I know you guys can obviously see the books that are on there, but like, I don't know, it's very like personal. Like every book, every piece of decor, everything is like so personal, and everybody's shelves are different. I thought for this extra video we should do a bookshelf tour. It's quick, it's easy. I'm sorry in advance about the lighting. It is that time of year where it's spring and it's just gonna be cloudy and rainy, so make sure to follow my socials down below and love my goodreads, my Amazon wishes, stuff like that is in the there. Once you check it out, like, comment, subscribe, follow me. And let's just get right into it. I think I'm just gonna go across, so we'll go like here and then we'll go like basically how my shelves are laid out. I'll do an overview, but this whole shelf over here is all my fantasy, romantasy, and then two behind me are primarily romance, except for the very bottom shelf, which you guys can't see. That is an overflow of fantasy. I love my shelves. I love the way they're set up. I cannot wait to expand them. I want just like a whole library room. Will happen one day, but for now, I do have 3 shelves, and they actually are from Target, but the Target ones like actually come with 5 shelves, but I messed up building one of them. So what I did is I took the actual like the individual shelves that you can take up and off and move, and I saved them from the one I messed up on and added them to these shelves. So now they are 6 instead of 5. Let's just get right into it. This one on the left here is all romantasy, fantasy, and then these two on the right are majority romance, except for the bottom shelf down there, which are fantasies. Top, I have my Adarna, which you can see up there. My boyfriend got me that for Christmas. I love her. And then the rest just houses my Cowboy hats. How does one even show this right now? This has my like witchy kind of romances. Up here we have the One Dark Window duology. I don't know what it's called. Then I have, I believe it's just called the Bewitched series, but I have Bewitched and Bespelled, and then the next book that's like a prequel, I guess, but it comes after all the books, The Curse That Binds. And then I have the Crown of Oaths and Curses by J. Bree. I need to continue with the series, but I heard the second book's not that good. And then I have this like wooden book that says Book of Spells, matches the witchy theme we got going on. So I got this from Marshall's, I believe. Then I have Meadow Slinger, When the Moon Hatched. I still have yet to read this. I want to read it so bad. I don't know why I have not. And then I have the Crowns of Nyaxia series and the first one part of this series. And then this decor lantern thing. I believe I got this from like Temu or something back in the day, you know, when Temu was a thing. So that is the first shelf up here. Let's move on to one right behind me right here. This is just like my Abby Jimenez and my Lucy Score books, just because I have a lot from them. They kind of have their own shelf. It just works for now. Abby Jimenez and then Lucy Score. So I have the whole Friend Zone trilogy, Friend Zone, Happily Ever After playlist, Life's Too Short, and then I have the Part of Your World little series. So Part of Your World, Yours Truly, and Just the Summer. Say You'll Remember Me just came out in paperback, so I did buy it. It wasn't my favorite, but I was like, I need to add the collection. I love Abby Jimenez. And then my Lucy Score books, the ones that I've kept, I had a lot more. The whole Knock 'em Out series, so Things We Never Got Over, Things We Have from the Light, and Things We Left Behind. They're actually all signed by Lucy Score, which is really cool. She's like my first ever author I went to a signing for, and she wrote Happy Birthday, XO Lucy Score, so cool. I have a picture with her, amazing experience. By a Thread and Forever Never. I might unhaul these at some point. They weren't like my favorite books ever, but they're kind of just there for now. Story of My Life with the edges facing out because they're pretty. I have not read this yet, but I do want to get to it sometime in the spring and summertime because it's giving like spring and summer. So for my decor piece, I have this like sand heart. I don't know where I got this from, but it holds up my books and it's a red heart romance. That is that shelf. Last but not least, for this weird angle, we're gonna go to the shelf on this side of me, and this is my rainbow shelf. This is my rainbow shelf. I feel like every person has one. They're so fun. I feel like mine has really come a long way. I actually have read every single book on this shelf. For my 2 decor pieces, I think I also got these from Temu, but I have this little guy, little frog. Oh my god. this little friend, which I also think I got from Temu, and it's a little kit on like a little record vinyl player. Love in Other Words, The Deepest End of Love, Fake Skating, Unnatural, Ghosted, The Brightest Light of Sunshine, Book Lovers, Happy Place, The Bodyguard, Cheat Sheet, Love Light Farms, Literature 1, Better Than the Movies, Upside of Falling, Beach Read, Archer's Voice, Unwanted, One Golden Summer, It Happened One Summer, Funny Story, and The Darkest Corner of the Heart. I don't know, I just love a rainbow, it's very satisfying. We'll go back to the fantasy side and then loop around. Let's go over there. I'm gonna take this clock out of the way. I think I also got this from Temu. It just makes a lot of noise, so I don't want you hearing a noise as I'm trying to talk about this. I have this little mirror, this little squiggly mirror. I think I also got this from Temu. I was in a Temu era, okay? And I was getting cheap old bookshelf stuff. We're out of that era. So I have my Kindred Cursed Saga, I think it's what it's called, series up here. They just didn't fit anywhere else, so I had to put them up here. So Spark of the Everflame, Glow of the Everflame, and Heat of the Everflame. I've yet to read this book, but I'm so excited. I have this like, I don't think it's a special edition, but it's like the new edition, I guess, of Direbound. I got it from Target last week, I think, but it's got cool edges. This is like one of my favorite books of last year. I like keep going back to think if I should give it a 5-star. Like it might become a 5-star very, very soon because I think about it so much, but next book is coming out very soon and I believe it's coming out in hardback. So I'd rather just like have them match. Cool end papers. It's a really nice overall book. This is pink, it's cool. And I have a paperback edition of Direbound, and I have Dance of Thieves and Vow of Thieves, one of my like favorite little duologies. I actually have a like Barnes & Noble edition, I think it is, of Dance of Thieves. I used to have it like facing out, but because I had to add to this shelf, it is no longer facing out, but cool edition, like gold. Got gold edges. I just like the white and gold. I think it looks really nice. And again, this is like one of my favorite duologies of all time, even though I never talk about it or nobody talks about it anymore. So that is it for the fantasy section. I'm going to move over this way to my Cowboy romance shelf. This is my Cowboy romance shelf. Got all Cowboy romances, like one of my favorite shelves. So on this side I have my Rebel Blue Ranch series by Lila Sage, so Done Dusted, Swift and Saddled, Lost and Lassoed, and Wild and Wrangled. I love this series. The Wells Ranch series, I think it is. So I have Alive at Wells, Seeing Red, Change of Heart, and At Wit's End. I've read all 3 of these. I need to read this one next. And another fun Cowboy romance series. And on top I have Holding the Reins and Training the Heart. I have not read the second book. I'm meaning to continue with the series. Then these next 8 are all Elsie Silver. These are second copies of books that I already have. I'm obsessed with Elsie Silver, one of my favorite authors of all time. Gold Rush Ranch series, so Off to the Races, A Photo Finish, The Front Runner, and A False Start. These are the like new paperbacks that came out, Bloom editions of them as well. And then next up we have her Rose Hill series, so Wild Love, Wild Eyes, Wild Side, and Wild Card. Not my favorite series by her. And then I have the first 2 books in the Lucky Grove Ranch series. So I have Cash and Wyatt by Jessica Peterson. Then I have Dustbound, part of the Griffith Brothers series. I have Homebound, and I have this book with its edges, Pretty Flowers, Chasing the Wild. And then for my decor piece on the shelf, I have this little guy. I think I also got it from Temu, but it's like a little bowl. Like it fits the shelf. And it looks like it's 3D printed. Cowboy romance shelf. Let's move on to the next one. Next shelf we have here is just like my small town shelf and like cowboy romance rollover. This one, Fall With Me. I have Strung Along by Hannah Cohen, Rewrite Our Story, Tempt Our Fate, Tame the Heart, One Touch, Live, Ranch, Love. And then I have my Spiral Falls series by Catherine Cowles. I have read every book in the series. I have Fragile Sanctuary, Delicate Escape, Broken Harbor, Beautiful Exile, Chasing Shelter, and Secret Hand. What is this series called? The Honey Mountain series. Laura Pavlov. We have Always Mine, Ever Mine, Make You Mine, Simply Mine, Only Mine. And then I have this duology by Debbie Perry. I forget what it's called. Even River Ranch. So Crossroads and Sunlight. I did like this series. So that is my middle shelves. We're gonna go down one and do all of these. The shelf right here, as you guys can see, is my Sarah J. Maas Shrine. Yes, I'm excited for ACOTAR 6 and 7. I don't know where these books will go. They also are coming out in hardback. That's not really a sleigh. Will not be buying them because they don't fit my editions. Sarah J. Maas Shrines. I have my Throne of Glass series. Kingdom of Ash, I'm like kind of in the middle of reading, so it's not on here. Crescent City, have not read this yet. I hear you need to read it before ACOTAR 6 and 7 come out. I don't know if that will happen. I have my ACOTAR series. I have a Lantern. I don't know if this works. Also Temu probably. And then this little house, physical house, I believe I got from Dollar Tree. Next up we have my Elsie Silver Shrine. So these are all, at least this half is her indie published, and then this is the traditionally published version. So I have the Chestnut Spring series. These are, like I said, the indie mirror covers. Obsessed with them. I'm so glad that I got them. Then again, I have the Gold Rush Rant series in the indie published books, and then I have the Chestnut Spring series, but the traditionally bloom editions of it. And I have this cowboy hat. It's actually an ornament. It was from Target. Hate to call my boyfriend out, but he accidentally bumped into it and it fell. And it is broken, but y'all can't even tell. See? Y'all probably didn't even notice. But yes, I'm really obsessed with this. Let's move on over. This basically is like my Addicted Calloway sisters and like other covers that are like white, because you all see how much books these are. They literally cannot fit anywhere else. I still have these last 3 books to read, but I have these little daisies. If you know, you know. Daisy and Reik are my favorite couple in the series. Then we have the Twisted series and Huang. And then I have randomly the Simple Wild. I meant to continue with the series. I might just DNF the series. And then I have my, what's this series called? Lakefront Billionaire series by Lauren Asher. Again, Lauren Asher was one of those authors I used to love. I still have not read Love Arranged. I don't know if I will. I don't really like love the billionaire trope anymore. And then last but not least, I have this disco candle. It smells so good. It's like shea butter. I got this from Target, I think 2 years ago now. Alrighty, y'all, this is quite the angle, I will say, but we're gonna do what we have to do. This is my basically like 4th wing and whatever else fits here. Love 4th wing, as you guys can see. My 2 decor pieces. My boyfriend just got me this for my shelf in Nashville when we took a trip. If you guys did not see that vlog, go check it out. But it says Dragon Rider Lane. If you know, you know. And then I just have this bookmark. You guys can't really see because it's like clear, but got this from Etsy, I believe. I don't know if it's up there anymore. Then I have my ungodly amount of editions of 4th Wing and the Empyrean series. It's a pack the shelf. No, is it a little excessive? No. I have my paperback editions of 4th Wing and Iron Flame. Then I have the holiday edition, I think it's considered, of 4th Wing. It's like the red cover. It's got like the black edges. Bonus chapter. I really like the red. Then I just have the standard edition of 4th Wing. I don't know if it's considered the deluxe of Iron Flame. It's just the one that has the black edges. But then I have my 2 editions of Onyx Storm. Kira, why do you need 2 editions? I work at Target, right? When I tell you that this Onyx Storm Target edition is bigger than anything Taylor Swift, it was crazy. People were running. Fortunate enough that I got me and my friend a copy. This is the Target exclusive edition. It's got like the dragon like that. Super cool. It's nothing really like special other than like a few art pieces. And then this one is just like the deluxe, I guess. I got it from Amazon. Funny story, I have actually not read Onyx Storm yet. I am like terrified, and I don't think we're even gonna get a book until at least like 2028. I know I will be reading it in the month of April because my boyfriend already said that he's gonna choose it for me, so it will be read next month at some point. Pray for me. The rest are just like random fantasies. So I have Shield of Sparrows by Devony Perry, and I have Firebird. I've heard not so many good things about this. I'm gonna give it like this year, and if I don't read it, then I'll unhaul it. But it's got cool edges. Then we have Hollow. I am so excited to read this. This edition is actually so pretty. Like the newer hardback of Quicksilver, Brimstone, Target edition, and then my paperback version of Quicksilver, because I love it. I'm just gonna sit right here and do this next shelf. How easy is that? One of my 2 like sports romance shelves. This one is just specifically all hockey romances, and it's mostly taken over by Al Kennedy. Over here I have The Enforcer and Offside by Avery Keelan. These have been sitting on my shelves probably for like 2 years, maybe even 3 at this point. Someone yell at me to read them. Then I have Unsteady and in Love by Peyton Corinne. I think I've been saying her name wrong. I very much apologize for that. I really love the series. And then I have the Vancouver Storm series, I think it is, by Stephanie Archer. Behind the Net, The Fake Out, and The Wingman. I might get rid of this series. I didn't like love it like everybody else. And then I have the indie version of Icebreaker. Y'all know it took over. I don't know where Hannah Grace has been though. I feel like she dropped off the face of the earth. And then I have Wildfire, which is part of the same series. And then I have Tapest Diaries. It's like The Graham Effect and The Dixon Rule. And then I have all the rest of, you know, the OGs, the core of like hockey romances, the Off-Campus series, and the Briar U series. So I used to have the like indie covers. You know what? I didn't really like the the way they looked. My decor piece of the shelf is just a puck. I think I took this from my brother. He used to play hockey, so sports romance shelf. It's just more sports romances, more hockey romances that didn't fit on the shelf. It's like continuation. The Windy City series. These are the indie published versions. I know they got traditionally published now, but I have the indie version, so Mile High, Right Move, Caught Up, Play Long, and Rewind It Back. I liked this series, but like not as much as I feel like everybody else. I really only liked these 2 books. Then I have her newest book, In Her Own League. I remember this is about someone's dad, like Monty, and I think assistant, I don't know, something like that. I haven't actually heard anything about this, which is really interesting. So I have Springtide. I read this like so long ago and I meant to continue with the series and I have not. The Playing for Keeps series by Becca Mack. These are the new covers because the last one was a different cover and I was like, I don't want them not matching. So you have Consider Me, Play With Me, Unravel Me, Fall With Me, and Breathe With Me. I low-key I'm looking back and I'm like, I really don't like this series. And then I have the Carolina Comet series by Tegan Hunter. I've read all these. They're not my favorite, and I think there's like 7 books in the series. And then I have this plant that I believe my mom got from like a student, and she didn't have any place to put it. So I was like, I will take it from my shelves. Now let's move on to these books. Below Me, or fantasy. They're all like black covers and stuff, as you guys can see. Can't really see, but in this corner I have my like Grimm and Oro dual book with the edges facing out. Stunning edition of a book. I have a collector's edition of Lightlark. Really love this series. I have Lightlark, Nightbane, and Skyshade. And I have whatever this duology is called, Phantasma and Enchantra. I haven't read these. The Book of Azrael, A Fate of Wrath and Flame, Onyx and Ivory, Guild, King of Battle and Blood, Cast and Firelight, Bride and Mate by Ali Hazelwood, Blood and Steel, Lady of Darkness, and From Blood and Ash. I really want to get into my fantasy era this year, like more than usual. I have so many to choose from. So let's move to the shelf right behind me. Just a lot of random books that just didn't have a place. So I have Soul Searching by Lila Sage. Really like this book. And I have the Eden series by Debbie Perry. I wish it was with My Small Town, but it just doesn't fit. And I have Dreamland Billionaire series. I like go back and forth if I want to unhaul this series because I really only liked the first one. And then I have my other 2 Ali Hazelwood books. So The Love Hypothesis and Love Theoretically. And then I have The Striker by Anna Huang randomly here. I have not read it yet. It probably should go up to my sports romance shelf. And then lastly I have this little like coffee ornament. Good Cup of Coffee. So one of these people has like a coffee shop in Eden series. So I just have this here. It's gonna hold up, something's gonna hold up the books, and it's gotta be this cup of coffee. Now we're gonna move over to this shelf, right to the left of me. Next up, we have basically all my romances that have like darker covers. We have my Jennifer Hartman Shrine. So I have Lotus, one of my favorite books of all time. And I have the indie version of Lotus. And I have Still Beating, which is kind of part of the same universe. My newest 5-star, my first 5-star, and actually probably like 6, 7, 8 months, is The Wrong Heart. Check the last reading log if you have not seen that. And then I have Lights Out by Navessa Allen. This was going around and I was like, guys, what's the hype about? I don't like dark romance, but I heard it was funny and I heard the audiobook was good. It's not my thing, but my boyfriend did buy it for me for National Girlfriend Day, so I have to keep it because this is the first book he ever bought me. Then we have the Mindfuck series by S.T. Abbey. Nothing like I've ever read before. Then I have this random duology by Debbie Perry. Really like it. Nobody talks about it ever, but The Birthday List and Letters to Molly. And we have Punk 57. And I have Fall For Me. I just remember really liking this book. I don't even remember one thing about it. All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. And then I have this like collector's edition, I think, of Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. It's like she like wrote notes and kind of like annotated it. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this. I really love Archer's Voice. If you guys know me, it's like one of my favorite books of all time, but it kind of just takes up a lot of space. Last but not least, on this shelf we have this little gnome guy. 2 days after this video goes up, it is St. Patrick's Day. I am Irish. I thought he was very fitting, so he's gonna just sit there for a little while. Is that shelf. We have 3 more shelves to go, guys. Sorry for all my yapping. My battery is gonna die. So I'm gonna try to do this super duper fast. There's really no good way to show these shelves down here, so you guys are just gonna have to bear with me. More like miscellaneous fantasy. So I have this whole entire Ember and the Ashes series. Tahereh, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I have not read one book from this series. The hype got to me. Then I have the Letters of Enchantment series, so Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. I have not read Ruthless Vows. The Sacred Stone series by Kate Golden. So I have Dawn of Onyx and A Promise of Peridot. I did like this first book. I never continued with the series. I don't know why. City of Gods and Monsters. I heard this is a really good series. Someone actually sent me this and I'm excited to see what the hype is out. It's compared to a lot to Crescent City. So I don't know if that means like it's too similar to Crescent City or it's like it's good and it's like Crescent City. I have Daughter No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. I do want to read the series. I have the hardback version because that's what they're being published in now. And I have Dagger in the Flame. I have The Graceling. I heard good things about it. A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I think it's also like a young adult fantasy. I've heard good things about it. Ledge, which I'm giving myself only a couple more months with this. I have no interest to pick it up, so I don't know why it's still here. And then we have this book called Heir of Broken Fate. I saw a person on TikTok like promote this so much, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to buy it. And I found out that she was actually the one that wrote it, so I think it's really cool. I don't know when I'll get to this, but I really want to read it. And then last but not least, I have this another little like house thing. I think I also got this from Dollar Tree. Basically, this is my Tahereh Mafi shelf with all her books. So I have the whole entire Shadow Me series here, the This Woven Kingdom series. I have not read this yet. I need to. And then I have Watch Me, which is like her spin-off series from the Shadow Me series. I think I gave this book like 3.5 stars. It really like wasn't amazing. I'm really upset I didn't love it. I also listened to this in audio, and I'm not really an audiobook girly, so that could have been a factor in it. And then I have this little owl guy. I used to have the Harry Potter series, and that's why he was here, but now I don't have the Harry Potter series because I unhauled it, so I don't know where this guy's gonna go. He's just gonna sit here for now. This shelf down here is basically all the books I have from the Cassandra Clare universe that I have bought. I've only read 3 out of all these books, but that's okay. You know what? I have them and I don't have to buy them later. This is the Mortal Instrument series up until here. Like I said, I've read the first 3 books, but I'm supposed to read this Infernal Devices series before going back. So I have to read Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and Clockwork Princess. And I've read City of Bones, City of Ashes, and City of Glass out of the series. And I just have to read City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire. Again, one of these little things I think I got from Dollar Tree. It just holds up my books. That is my extensive bookshelf tour. Yeah, my shelves change like very often if I do unhauls, and I have a lot of seasonal decor, so just thought it was a good time to just give you guys a tour. I think it's fun. I like watching these to see everybody's like editions of books they have, like what kind of books they have. And I feel like I've never done like one where I like sit down and I show you guys every single book I own and just like give a nice shelf tour, because you guys can see it, but I never have like talked about each and every shelf. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, a little extra video of the month. I almost forgot to film this, guys, to be honest. I have a lot going on, but I did film it for you guys. It is gonna go up this Sunday, so make sure to follow my socials down below. My goodreads, my Amazon list, stuff like that is linked there. If you want to check it out, like, comment, subscribe, me. And I see you guys in a couple days for another video. Bye.